Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. Now today I have for you an XYZ Dragon Cannon deck using the Ties of the Brethren. I know this is the third Ties of the Brethren video in a row, so are you sick yet? Let me know that in the comments. But anyway, I originally didn't want to make this deck because I saw my boy Dan use it with Bastion's light field spell skill. And it's really good that way, and I don't have that skill, so I wanted to wait until I got the skill. But then I thought of sleight of the hand, and I really like this skill because of the card advantage that you gain. I almost like the +1 in my hand better than I like it on the field. So XYZ Dragon Cannon is going to be able to pop something extra with that 7 completed that you get from the skill. The build is very standard. We have 3 X head cannon, 3 Y dragon head, and then 3 Z metal tank. The basic combo is you want to summon one of them, activate Ties of the Brethren, summon the other 2, and then equip both of them to your X head cannon, so you can get a beefy monster, and then during the next turn you go into your XYZ Dragon Cannon. However, there are times where I will summon them separately. I mean, not separately. I won't equip both of them to X head cannon, and I only equip one of them. The 2 scenarios where I do that is if I have a heavy mech support armor in my hand and I'm okay with them destroying one of them, because I'll just be able to special summon it next turn using heavy mech support's armor's effect. Or if I have an extra one of them in my hand. The reason why I don't like equipping both of them is because if my opponent goes for like a super rush on my X head cannon, well, both of these cards protect the X head cannon, but they both protect it at the same time. So you end up losing 2 cards, for the price of 1. So by keeping them separate, you kind of play around that a little bit, but it just depends on the play. All of our back row is for protection, so that they can survive the 1 turn that you need in order to go into your XYZ Dragon Cannon, since you cannot special summon anything else after you activate Ties of the Brethren. So we have the 3 econs, 2 floodgates, 1 mirror wall. Union Scramble is here to give you card advantage once it hits the grave, but also for the OTK potential. If you can go into one of your contact fusions and clear the board either with XYZ Dragon Cannon or maybe clear the back row with XYZ Cannon, you can then use Union Scramble, special summon the pieces, and then attack for game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck list. The rest of the extra deck, it's 1 XZ tank dragon, 1 XY dragon cannon, and then the 2 XZ tank cannon. So let's go ahead and get into these replays real quick. I actually got the Legend 3 with this deck. Not from like Legend 1, I was already at Legend 2, but I got a 5-game winning streak and got to Legend 3. I don't know if I'll try to get King of Games. I guess I have tomorrow left. Maybe I'll do that. So they're using Red Eyes / Dragon. We have the combo that we need at X head and Ties of the Brethren, and he doesn't have the fusion turn 1, so that's definitely helpful for us. So we're gonna summon the other pieces. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I wanted to address it real quick. There's some weird glitch going on, or bug, with the replays, but the game will randomly make a card prismatic. Like you see this Z metal tank is prismatic. I don't have a prismatic Z metal tank. You can't even get a prismatic Z metal tank. But that's just a little odd. So anyway, I'm gonna equip only the Z metal tank, and like I mentioned, because I have a backup Y dragon head, and I can also try to bait in an attack since I have the mirror wall. So because the back row was activatable, I decided to just destroy the monster and get more value that way of my XYZ Dragon Cannon. And now that he's in defense mode, I can go ahead and destroy all the back row, summon a monster, and then he just scoops. The worst thing, not the worst thing, but one thing I hate is when there's 2 back row, I target 1 and that happens to be the enemy controller. So in situations like that where there's not a monster that that's gonna hurt me if I attack into like a mirror wall or a super rush or stuff like that, I just destroy the monster and let them trigger the back row. balance. Once again, I have my combo to start with, which is really good. One thing, the other important thing and why you have you know all the protection cards is because this deck can pretty much lose immediately to econ take. You're down to 2,000 life points. Econ take on your X head cannon, that's a 28 beater, and you know you're donezo. So here I'm able to get the +1 with my skill. So I'm actually going to be able to clear his entire field. Destroy the back row first. Get rid of the monster. Oh, I don't get rid of the monster. I econ take, that's right. And then just win the game that way. So you can also use the enemy controller aggressively. Whenever you get rid of the back row, you know, and after you tested that there's no Weevil, just go for game like that. Now we got a Crowler. We're going second. And I don't actually have my Ties of the Brethren here, which is a little unfortunate, especially when we see the double back row. So I have to just, you know, slowly summon my monsters. I have the Floodgate and the enemy controller. So I use the enemy controller first. And then I pick up my Ties of the Brethren. There was two things I could have done. I could have, you know, summoned one of these monsters, going to a Contact Fusion. But Ties of the Brethren is a +1. You're spending one card and you're getting two monsters. And yes, you're paying the life points, but I'm also gonna get this Sleight of Hand skill. So I went with the value, activated the Ties of the Brethren, even though that puts me one turn back. Go ahead and equip both of them to my X-Head Cannon. Since I have Floodgate for anything he summons, and we know that this Ancient Gear Knight is not gonna bother us. We see him go for Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, and I'm totally ready for him with the Floodgate. Get out of here. My boss monster is better. We go ahead and summon that. We see the Curse of Anubis, and that's completely fine. I'm going to destroy his entire field. He can't top deck out of this situation. It's just a matter of him accepting his defeat. Get rid of that back row. Activate Union Scramble so I can swarm the field. And I kind of BM a little bit here by going into my XZ tank, but you know, they look so cool next to each other. And then that was Crowler, right? We got Kaiba next. Lord Anderson. We're in a very cool dragon deck, so shoutouts to Lord Anderson. This was actually a pretty close duel. Peak performance. I have a Holy Brick, no monsters, but I have Floodgate at least, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that Mirage Dragon right away. I get a Z Metal tank, so I go full back row. Hopefully I can draw into an X head and start taking care of the back row. Fortunately I don't, but he's still not ready to attack into all my back row. Set my White Dragon head. Now I have my X tank, and these are the plays, my boy. These are the 900 IQ plays. When I summoned my X head cannon, I saw the delay, so I knew that there was a Floodgate back there. So this is how you bait out the Floodgate. I summon XZ tank cannon first. We're gonna see the Floodgate. I'm gonna activate enemy controller. Again, my boys, these are pro plays. I'm activating enemy controller, getting rid of the X tank cannon. That's gonna give me 2 monster spaces on my field, so I can chain my Union Scramble. It's very important that I chain the Union Scramble in that order, because Union Scramble is gonna resolve first, which means by the time enemy controller resolves, there's not going to be any space on my side of the field, so the monster actually just gets destroyed. I summon my XYZ Dragon Cannon, destroy the monster, and here is where it kind of bit me a little bit not going for the back row, because that was a super rush. But I activate the Mirror Wall because there's two things I'm gonna be doing with this mirror wall. I'm gonna be lowering his attack to 1000, even though it doesn't matter, my XYZ dragon cannon is still gonna get destroyed. But my Union Scramble on the grave, it's gonna let me add a monster to my hand. And after I pay for the mirror wall, which I do here, I'm gonna get my sleight of hand. And once I put that on my X-head cannon, you know, it puts me over a mirror wall or over a wall disruption. Turns out it wasn't neither, and I end up just ending the game right there. Pretty clutch comeback. And last, we got a Weevil that that break pretty hard. I kind of felt bad for the player a little bit. Obviously, Weevil is not a great matchup because you're paying a lot of life points with your Ties of the Brethren. So if you do happen to see the matchup, you know, I wouldn't recommend that you activate that card. But we're going second. Yeah, we're going second. You see the Parasite Infestation. Good old Weevil. Golden Ladybug. So that's already a dead card in hand for him. I love that. And it just sets one. So I go ahead and summon my Z Metal Tank. It's a 4-star Ladybug. That's completely fine. We're gonna see another 500 life points, and then he sets another monster. Like, no back row for the boy. I pick up heavy mech support armor, which is super clutch. I get back my Z Metal Tank. We're gonna see the Doom Dog, but because I equip my heavy mech support armor, I'm playing around the Lava Golem. He's gonna draw yet again, get another 500, and look at this man's brick, man. Literally no back row, and that's all I needed to see. I've won the game unless he has a Karibo, which he does not. Activate Union Scramble, summon the monsters right back to the field. Get out of here, Weevil, play a real deck, and get some back row, my boy. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Again, I hope you guys are not getting sick of Ties of the Brethren. It's just such a versatile card that I really enjoy using. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. Really appreciate that. And until next time.